This is just now. Okay, so this pump lost its prime, and Josh, what about it?
So in the wintertime, we force prime everything to go. It usually goes pretty well. If we start to lose prime on one side, first step, I like to listen. I'll actually put my ear to the pump and see if I can tell where. That one whole side's out, but all the swabs and stuff are fairly new, so I'm guessing we got some sand or some rock stuck under a valve that's letting it happen. So they're just going to pop everything out, make sure it looks good. They'll fill it back up with water, and we should take right back off.
Cool. Yeah, these guys look like they've done this before. Taking the cap off and something on the bolt and something on the stud, and checking this. It's like you have an impact set up with a whole extension and a socket and everything else. There must be something to do from time to time.
It happens. We drill a lot of sand, and that sand likes to float. We run kind of a poly-based mud, so sometimes the sand floats around and then it starts to build up on top. It's just part of the process. Sometimes you got to clean stuff out, check things out. You know, when you get real good at it, one guy can usually strip it and put it back together in about 20 minutes.
There's the high-tech private process.
That's it. Yeah, $1,000 bucket right there.
$1,000 bucket. Look at that. Oh, that's an experience bucket. I can see it. Oh, man.
This isn't usually nearly the problem in the summertime. Just when things get cold, nothing wants to work like it normally does. No.
The old driller got me started in this. He had a surefire way of knowing exactly where to drill. He was trying to get him to be able to vocalize what he knew.
Yeah.
He wasn't a communicator at all. Certainly not with anything other than one day around the field and a big old tree sitting there, and like, well, middle of the summer, the way you do this is point the rig into the side, standing in the cave, and that's exactly where you drill. Another one, right alongside of the tree, and then in the winter time, you're on the back to the side. That's exactly where the water's going to be. Oh my goodness.
Typically this time of the year, we try and face the wind or the rig to the north or the west, because that's where your wind's going to come out of. But you get into situations like this where you have some constraints. It's just what it is. Which is why we bring a heater out and try and keep the guys a little warm.
All of this stuff has to work. What was that hole you're drilling? That looks like about an 8 inch or something?
It'll be 8 1/4, yeah.
8 1/4.
Yep. Hold on, he ain't got them all.
I bet they never could envision the horrible things that fools have to go do. There you go.
Come on, baby, don't be shitty. There you go, baby. Got her.
Got it, huh? Good job.
that interrupted our mud mixing process, so they're just going to let that sit there and kind of suck that poly off the top to try and go. We run into a lot of clay here, and some of it's pretty reactive. A well like this in the wintertime, it'll probably take us 2 days anyway, but a lot of times we drill this down to TD, and then we'll trip out tonight. They'll come back tomorrow, drill the larger surface hole for our steel, for our surface steel, and then go back and make a wiper trip to condition that clay. You get another 10 miles north of here, and if you don't work through that, there's a layer, about a 40-foot layer. If you don't hit it twice, you never get your casing down. The minute you stop flowing mud, it just swells up.
That's the I hear about these problems in different parts of the country. I mean, that was one of the questions that Miles Watkins had out of South Texas for the guys during that advanced phase one
Right.
skills meeting, and a lot of talk about that.
Right.
And he was wanting to do it in one trip, and he was wanting to have whatever the magic potions of polymer and everything else. And so what ended up working for him was he bought that Versa drill, kind of big and fast, that he could get down, get up, get encased before the whole swell.
Right.
And he's been really happy with that. But I mean, everything's its own deal.
And that is my biggest thing with it. And if we ever upgrade this old girl, we'll probably try and look at some stuff like that. But right now, I just want to make sure I make a good hole I can get a good gravel pack down. You know, it's not just getting the casing down, it's getting a good gravel pack and getting your customer a good well at the end of the day.
That's the thing, is in Texas, I mean, you're in the sands, and sometimes, you know, some of the drillers don't gravel pack, and he doesn't, but then other drillers do, and I'm watching.
Right.
So, it just, but I'm with you on the gravel pack, because to me, that's the gold standard of wells.
Yeah.
And the more gravel pack you can get in, the better.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Now we're drilling.
And yeah, we should cruise for quite a bit here. This will be all just sugar sand for the first, probably 60 foot, so we can make hole pretty quick. Just sand. See, we run our mud real thick at the beginning just to try and, otherwise this sand will wash out and cave off on you and you can lose the rig and everything. So you can see this is all just sand, but it wants to gel up and, you can see it wants to all just gel up and ball up because we're running a nice thick polymer to start. Just trying to get it to stay together to keep our hole tight.